Spectral Locus is a project that I've been working on for the last year and a half. I've been talking with Erin, who is the curator of the public arts wing of the Albright-Knox, and we wanted to do a project that was kind of connecting Buffalo to contemporary art.
I was familiar with Amanda's work from installations that she had done in Brooklyn, and I was really interested in the ways that Amanda's work involved community production. Right? It wasn't just something on display for the community, but it was made with the community, it was made by the community. And so I was interested in work that was participatory, work that would be sort of change the landscape, change the architecture. There's an architectural history, architectural legacy to Buffalo that I find really interesting.
It's kind of part of three parts: donations, sewing day, and installation. The bins that we have here and the fabric that you'll see behind me and around me are donations from people in Buffalo. So that's the first act, is people kind of going into their private spaces, their closets, abandoned storage units, who knows, like places they've been like hoarding this fabric for so long, because it does have really sentimental backgrounds. Like you talk to the people who have donated, and a lot of times you get these unbelievable stories. It adds that extra story to the project, which I think is so great. The second part are public sewing days. So people come, and we have different locations around the city, lots of different places where people can come, hang out, and really it's just a place to connect. What we end up doing is taking the fabric pieces and pinning them back together. So taking like large swaths of blue, orange, yellow, purple, and putting them back together into these long stripes.
The public sewing days, we started in April of 2016, and they'll run through August 2016. And at this point, I'm not even sure how many partners we have. One of the great things about this project is that it was really universally embraced by everybody we asked. When Amanda gives this kind of freedom to people to be cultural producers, it's super empowering. In fact, people have gotten so dedicated to being those cultural producers that we've had people show up at virtually every public sewing days. There are people with us who have been there from day one, and they were there day 2 and day 3 and day 7, and they've been there every day.
It's going to be 3 locations in the city. So we're going to have Clifton Hall, which is here at the Albright-Knox Museum, 950 Broadway, which is over by the Broadway Market, and the church on Richmond and Ferry, which is going to be unbelievable. I've never done a church before. Usually a lot of buildings that I work with are buildings that are kind of quiet and a little bit in the background, flat, rectangular. Here we have something that's very geometric, so it's an extra element of challenge to see if we can place these pieces in the right spot. I mean, the one fabulous thing about fabric is there's this flexibility that goes with it. When you talk about participation in contemporary art, it's very difficult for people to jump in and get involved. And so for me, I feel like it's my job as an artist to, when we have the sewing days, to constantly make sure everybody feels welcome. Say hello to every single person that walks in, be connected with it. I just want the idea of making art and connecting with people to be a comfortable experience and not to be a separation where it's like museum and state, or museum and city. And a lot of times we don't allow it to come out. Conversing, friendship. I mean, how do you make friendship a contemporary art piece? That is very difficult. And many times that happens within this project. That is like a non-tangible thing that can be constructed into a physical representation of contemporary art. I hope to do that.